Hello there everyone, and welcome to another edition of Lydia's Crafty Corner with me, Lydia, in my little crafty corner. So today I am going to be sharing with you how I back my delicate die cuts to add a pop of colour to them. Now it is very easy to do, it does take a little time, but I do think it is worth the extra effort. So to start with, I'm going to be using this beautiful die set, which is the Festive Clusters. Now there's two different dies in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out of some white cardstock. Now you will want to add a little bit of tape just to keep these in place while you do run those through your die cutting machine. So once I have them out, I'm then going to take these out. Now they are delicate, so you are want to be really careful when you do remove them from the extra of the cardstock, and also when you take out those little landlocked pieces as well. So to take the landlocked pieces, I can use my little fingernails, but you can use a little pokey tool, or even a pin would be helpful just to get those tiny little berries out of there. So once I have my die cuts, I have the two that were from the set, and I've also cut one of the smaller ones again, so I have three to then use onto my card. So I'm then going to back them. When backing your images, you are going to want to start with the image that is in the front first. So this is the poinsettia here, and I am going to be using some of the ruby red cardstock. I'm just going to take the piece that I want to back, and I'm going to draw around that onto my cardstock. I did draw on the center of this one, so when I cut this, I am going to need to cut just outside of that line, because if I cut to that line, it's not going to fit into my die cut properly. So I'm making sure that I'm leaving a little tiny gap around what I have used as my guideline. So I'm just going to trim this. I am doing two at a time, so I can do two of them and save a little bit of my crafty time. Once I have those pieces, so now I have two, I'm then going to take an eraser and I am going to get rid of that outline that we have on there. We don't want it to show on the die cut, so that's why I'm just going to use an eraser and get rid of that. I can then take the die cut again, flip it over, and I'm going to add some glue behind this. Now it's always best to add the glue to the behind of what you're going to put on top, so none of the glue seeps through. Some of it might seep through, but I am using a multimedia mat here, so it's not going to show. I'm then going to move on to my next little floral. This is the one that's poking behind, and I'm using the Frosty Pink for this. So as you can see, I've done my little guideline, and I'm then going to go around that guideline with my scissors, leaving a little bit of a gap so none of that is going to show through the die cut. Again, as before, I'm going to add the glue behind and then stick that on. Now as you can see, the backs of these are not going to be pretty, but the fronts will be. Now we have those flowers in place, we can add the leaves on. Now for these ones, because they're on the outside edge, I don't mind cutting these after. So the flowers that have got things going over them, you're going to need to cut around first, and then the extra pieces that are on the side that are overhanging, you can then just add a little bit of cardstock behind them and then cut them later on. I've used the just green cardstock for this. Now I did wait until the glue was actually dry, and I'm then going to take my scissors and we're just going to trim around the edge. Now it's really quite easy to do. It's a little like fussy cutting. Well, it is fussy cutting, but you do have that raised edge just to rest your scissors on when you are cutting those out, which is quite easy, and it really does save a little bit of time this way. Instead of creating the guide every time, you can just trim around the edges, which is really, really cool. Now for these really small pieces, all I'm going to do is I am going to cut little pieces out first just to make sure that they fit, and I'm then going to glue them on from behind again. So this is a great way to use up your little pieces that you may have stored in your stash. Little tiny pieces of offcuts is a great way to use this. You could even use pattern paper if you wanted to as well. Now I'm just using greens and reds and a touch of pink for this. It is a holiday flower, and I do like to add a little touch of pink into my holiday creations. Do you have a favorite color that you like to add into the red and green holiday color scheme? It would be great to know. If you do, please add it to the comments. I would love to know your favorite holiday color scheme. So as you can see, I'm just going to keep going with these little tiny leaves, just adding a touch of green behind them. And as before, I did wait until this glue was nice and dry before I did fussy cut around these. Now these were very, very delicate to do. It did take a little bit of time, so I have sped this bit up quite a bit just so you can see how it does work out. But as you can see, those pretty colours just popping through really does add a lot to this delicate die cut. So I have this one done. I've then also got one more of this one, and then I've got the larger one, which I also added another colour to, which was the Coral Berry Cardstock, just to add a touch more pink into my composition. I'm then going to take my card base, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm just going to play around with how these are going to look. For my sentiment, I am going to use the Fancy Piece die, and I'm just going to cut this from some jet black cardstock. It is a delicate die, so I did choose to use my metal shim just so it would cut perfectly the first time. Once I had this, I then decided it needed a little bit more in the background. So I'm going to take the Flowers and Leaves embossing folder. Now this is a 3D embossing folder, and it's going to add lots of detail, but because it's white on white, it's not going to draw too much away from all those beautiful die cuts that we have back there. So I now have all of my pieces. Now with this dimensional embossed piece that we have here, I find it's always better to use a wet glue. It's going to grab the paper a lot quicker, no, not a lot quicker, but a lot more sturdier than some dry adhesive would. So that's why I'm using my glue there, and I will be using the glue for these little pieces as well. As before, because it's going onto a raised edge, I want something that's going to really grab at that cardstock rather than a little bit of dry adhesive. So I'm going to pop these into place. I'm just adding dots of the glue behind the pieces, and those little tiny areas too. Those leaves are so cute. So I'm going to pop these in. Now as you can see, I've got 3, so I'm kind of creating a triangle on the front of my card, which is going to work a lot better than just adding 2. I do find that the eye is a lot more happier when there are some odd images to look at rather than evens. So once I have those in place and they're nicely dried, I'm then going to flip this over and just trim off any overhanging pieces. You could use these onto another card if you wanted to, or even add them around this one. I'm then going to take the sentiment, and as before, because we're going onto that different raised kind of backing, I'm then going to add some wet glue behind my little sentiment. I'm just adding dots and dabs to the pieces of the sentiment before I pop it into place. And I do think that that piece really pops against all that white on white with those pops of colour as well. I really love how this card turned out. It's one of my favourites that I've created in a while, so I really do hope that you like it, and I hope that you've enjoyed the video too. If you create a card inspired by this, it'd be great if you do share. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye. Hello there, crafty friend, Lydia here. Just popping in to say that you can get your daily dose of crafting tips, techniques and tutorials just like this by subscribing to the Altenew YouTube channel. All you need to do is click on that little bell up there and you will never miss a video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.